What's up, pussy scabs? I'm McStud.
And I'm Mrs. McStud's.
Totally burped in my wording.
Sorry.
Pussy scabs.
Ew, that's gross.
I'm McStud. Did I say that?
Yeah.
See, you done threw me off. Son of a bitch.
The McStud show is
Welcome to the McStud show. You ever had a pussy scab?
No.
Hmm?
That's not normal.
No, it's not. It's not normal to have a pussy scab.
No.
What the pussy's so rank? It's got like bed sores on it.
Ew.
Like open wounds on the
No.
twat. And the bitch be like, hey, if you want this pussy, you gotta eat it first.
That's.
You're like, guess I don't really feel like pussy
I don't
tonight.
like that then.
Not really hungry either. You know, I got a doctor's appointment. It's 2 a.m. Yeah, it's an all-night clinic. You know what I mean? It's one of those open all night. I forgot. I scheduled it late because I'm a night shifter. That makes no fucking sense either, except at work.
No.
But you just gotta roll with it.
Yeah.
Some bitches be dumb. They're like, oh, okay, sorry.
Oof.
Eat this pussy. Yeah, you try to pull the panties off, it's all stuck and like gooey, like stringy snot.
That's gross.
Yeah, eat this pussy.
Sorry, I've been craving one of these.
I thought you were gonna say you've been craving eating a pussy. A pussy scab. How would one get a pussy scab?
I don't know.
Maybe if you nicked yourself, shaving.
No.
No, that wouldn't work either.
Not typically because it's moist. It's a moister area.
Moister than an oyster.
Oof.
Yes, it's a, what do they call that? A mucous membrane.
I don't
For
know.
it to be technical. Yes. You know, the orifices are mucous membranes. You don't remember that?
No.
Anyways, it's fucking Michael Bolton Friday.
Fuck Hard Friday.
Fucking Michael Bolton Friday.
No.
We fucking the Michael Bolton Friday.
No, we aren't.
You don't say that. I'm gonna be balls deep in you as he's fucking saying this when a man loves a woman.
I'm pretty sure your balls don't go deep in me. Number one. Number two, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be asleep and be awake before you probably even go to bed.
Hold up. Yes, I want to correct you about the balls deep thing. Balls deep is not putting your balls in somebody.
Oh.
Balls deep is going the full length of the shaft
Well, you always
to
say
the
that,
balls,
though.
till the balls like almost get suctioned into the asshole.
Oh, ew, no.
Damn. See, now we're getting texts. We ain't got time for this shit. Ugh. Yeah.
Oh.
Easy. So yeah, it's Michael Bolton Friday, and that's what balls deep is.
Yeah.
You know? And depending on the length of your dick and the size of a pussy, some people can't go balls deep. Either because their dick's too big or their vagina can't accommodate
True.
all that. And then some bitches, like, they just want to suck half your body in because they got like a cavernous coochie.
FFS.
Yes. It's like a Grand Canyon.
Well, we already
size.
have this here.
What? Oh, the thingy? Ah, yes. So, Mrs. McStud has something she likes to share with me. And she's waiting for the video, so I'm kind of anxious. Let's have a smoke while this is being discussed. Yeah, usually I'm the one to surprise people with dumb shit.
It's kind of funny. And I'm kind of...
It kind of what?
It's kind of funny.
Kind of funny?
Yeah.
Alright, funny how? Like funny looking?
No.
Oh, you don't get that reference, do you?
No.
Is that Goodfellas? I believe. Yeah. Joe Pesci.
We talked... Did we talk about Goodfellas at work today?
Really?
We talked about... Oh my gosh, it was an old school movie.
Debbie Does Dallas?
No, oof.
Oh.
It had a song in it that we listened to.
Oh, it's not a Armageddon, is it? Footloose? Dirty Dancing?
Mm-mm.
How old are we talking?
Oh my god, it's on the tip of my tongue. I'll think about
Like
that.
a 90s movie?
Yeah.
Oh, that ain't old. Shit. I guess some people it is now. Shit, we was
I'll have to think about it. Hold on.
young.
Let me think.
Okay.
Or maybe it was a reference.
Maybe. Top Gun? No, that's an 80s movie. I'm trying to think of all the movies that have like a song. Titanic?
No.
Oh. Well, Celine Dion.
Because they were like, do you get that reference? I was like, I don't watch movies. But I've heard of it.
Hustle and Flow?
No.
That's in the 2000s. Whoop that
I don't
trick.
know. I'll figure it out. So anyways.
Let's hear it.
One of my co-workers. Okay, her and her husband sleep in different beds, but I figured out why today. Because she said she's a prude in the bedroom.
Prude?
Prude.
Prude? You never used the word prude?
And I didn't know what prude in the bedroom meant, so I had to Google it. But anyways, and then my other coworker says...
Never heard of it referred to in the bedroom, but...
My other coworker says, I get it. They sleep in separate bedrooms because she's the type that says, I never have to have a pearl necklace again because I'm married. And she goes, I know he's fucking around on her.
She broke out pearl necklace in an office setting? Oh my god, this is some shit dudes would talk about at work. Pearl necklaces? And these women be talking crazy. What the fuck?
Oh, and the best thing is when she leaves, the coworker that plays the music leaves, my other coworker gets to play it. Fucking Eminem.
Well...
Saying bitch and fuck, or we're sitting back there banging to this.
Oh my god. Shake that
And
ass
our
on
other
the floor.
coworker that was still there is older than both of us. And she is 54. And she's listening to this. There was one song that came on and I started. And she's like, do you like this stuff? Oh, hell yeah, I like this stuff. What the fuck?
I'm talking about pearl necklaces.
Bro.
I mean...
She's the type that says, I never have to get a pearl necklace again because now because I'm married.
Well, shit. She wouldn't have to have a pearl necklace if she put it in her mouth. You know what I mean?
We talk about
Like, is it that prude? Like, we gonna suck a dick and then we get to the dick
And the best
sucking,
thing
like,
is my
get that thing in
supervisor
my
was
mouth?
standing there. And then when she was walking out, she's like, that was a little TMI.
Well, you know, I guess when you sleep in separate bedrooms, like you don't even get to enjoy like the morning wood. Like midnight wake up like, oh, I feel that.
That's the one that says they got separate rooms to sleep with their dogs. I'm not playing.
Yeah.
Like they have 3 people in their family, all 3 of them have their own dog. And they all sleep with their dog.
Don't ever kick me out the bed for a dog. I got some penis sometimes. It arises in the middle of the night and they need you to take care of it. Then you wouldn't be able to put your leg on it.
No.
Yeah.
I kind of miss that.
Yeah, me too.
But I don't need a dildo while I'm sleeping in the living room. How many weeks have I slept in the living room? How many weeks do I have to go?
That's only been like a week.
Oh.
You got like 5 more weeks. Yeah, it seems like forever. Yeah.
I almost came home and curled up with you.
Damn, I wouldn't have minded. I was
But the roommate was really fucking struggling. When I got home, he was fine. And then the kids were loud.
Yeah, they woke me up a couple times a day. Acting fools. Clapping and shit.
No, my daughter took my son's phone.
Oh.
Right out in front of him. So he chased her down. And they were loud in the kitchen. Woke the roommate up. And then he couldn't breathe.
Yeah, they are like that a couple times a day. Like he came out the room and was singing really loud. I don't know what time it was. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, okay. Then I went back to sleep. Then I heard him again. And then I knew you were home at one point. And I heard you say, tell him I was up till noon.
Mm-hmm. They'd be crazy, but I mean,
it is midday.
Yeah, I know. Like, can I get mad at him because it's like early evening?
It's in midday. It's hard.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like
there's got to be
at that point it was like 6 o'clock.
There got to be some give there. You know what I mean? Like it's hard to like. Okay, we got to be quiet day and night now. And kids need to be loud. Like every kid needs to
They
be
always
loud.
are loud.
Yeah, but they need that. You can't like muzzle kids. Like they gotta have an outlet.
Do they sell muzzles?
For kids?
Yes.
I doubt it. That's
They
probably
sell shot collars.
you can just get
So
one
whenever they're like being disrespectful,
I believe that would be child abuse.
It would be.
Jesus.
But you
Christ.
know what? It would only take one.
You'd be that crazy woman on the news. Crazy woman puts shock collars on her children to stop them from being loud.
No, not being loud. Just disrespectful. Like when I say no, the answer is fucking no. Stop asking me questions.
If only it were that easy. You know, back in the day, you just got a nice ass whooping.
And my daughter texted me today and she's like, when are we going to the mall? I said, did I not say like next weekend or the weekend after, like during spring break? Like this is your first weekend on spring break. Plus you want your stepsister to go. And we don't have them this weekend. We have them next 2 weekends.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Then she sent me a straight face and said, okay. I'm like, I texted her back. I said, do you want your stepsister to go? Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I was just slow comprehending.
No. Yeah, most kids have it easy these days. They didn't get that, like, I was afraid to get in trouble. But there was always a paddle on the wall. Like, up until I was in
Now
high
you
school.
can't fucking whip them with a paddle because then you
It's child
will
abuse.
get, yeah, child abuse.
Uh-huh. Can't spank them. That's child abuse.
They fucking go to school with a goddamn bite or a scratch on their face. You got CPS knocking at your goddamn
Dude, I can't
door.
imagine. When I was a kid, I had a mean cat. Like, I loved the cat, but he was crazy mean. Like, I'm talking, middle of the night, you get up to go pee, and you're halfway through the living room, you hear, do-do-do-do-do. He comes and fucking, he had all his claws, so he'd, like, jump on your leg, bite your thigh, and drag his ass down with his claws. And then I'd be trying to stop him. I had all these scratches on my arms, and the teachers would be like, I got the, is everything all right at home talk one day from a teacher. I had that happen twice, actually. Because once, I'm a very good creative writer. Even, like, 3rd grade. This happened in 3rd grade. I wrote this whole story about Superman, like, coming to help save my mom. I made this whole story about her getting beat up by somebody. It's like, it's shit you see in movies. Mm-hmm. You know, I was always allowed to watch all kinds of movies as a kid. And then I got pulled to the side for that one. I read your story. Is everything okay at home? Yeah, I just made the shit up. I didn't really think that shit happened at that age. I mean, I didn't know. I was young. I didn't realize, unfortunately some kids have it like that. I just, I was making a creative story.
Yeah, it's crazy now. But, I mean, like, what I'm dealing with my son right now, that shit wouldn't happen back in the day.
Mm-mm.
Like, none of this shit would happen.
Mm-mm.
But I made it happen. So what he's trying to do, I've already did it.
Yeah.
And I told them this a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like, whatever comes across your head, Mom's probably already did it, and I will call your ass out on it straight up.
Yeah, I did it, but just for different reasons. Like, I just wanted to go hang
No,
out.
I snuck boys in the house while my parents were at work.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to have them stay all night, got caught.
Yeah, I mean, shit. But back in our day, if you came home late, your parents be waiting for you.
Yeah.
In the dark. In the living room, scare the shit. I've had that happen a couple times, too. Like, oh, shit, you actually stayed up for them. Like, well, that's a no-shit moment. Like, now what? It's dark. You can't see them, but you can hear them. And they're talking to you like, this is intimidating. What's up in the dark? What the fuck's gonna happen?
But these kids, I mean, they just... Not only my kids, I know people deal with this everywhere.
Oh, yeah. Teenage hormones.
Because my kids aren't out of control. Like, I make them be in control. But whenever Mom's not here or around and I give them a little bit, they take 2 miles.
Yeah, kids will do that.
And they take full advantage. And then whenever I say no, they're not used to it because I'm considered the cool mom of the family group or the friend group.
You know what? I think this is a lesson that all parents should have learned when their kids were toddlers. When you think you got like 10 seconds to go fill up a bottle.
And then they get in all kinds of shit.
And like 10 seconds, you come back in and like, how the fuck did you get up on top of the TV and knock everything off? It's like worse than a cat.
Yeah.
I'm like, hold up. Then you got to stand and hold them up. Like, nope, ain't doing this shit. So you be holding them trying to do all this shit. Like, they want down. I'm like, nah, last time I let you down, you were in everything. You be shitting in the kitty litter and stuff. I mean, come on now. You playing in the toilet.
Maybe I didn't learn that early enough.
I should have. You know, people don't really think about that, but like you got to think about it as toddlers. Toddlers will go for everything. You give them that little bit of freedom, and then they get caught, and then they run from you.
Oh, and then like
especially if they can crawl,
like
they
I
be
gave
crawling
my
away.
son like what, a few minutes, and then yeah.
I literally, my youngest daughter, just a couple minutes, man. I forget the fuck I was doing, and she got in some green food coloring in a diaper. She looked like a fucking green Smurf.
That picture is fucking hilarious.
Like,
because she just looking up at you like.
Yeah, as soon as she got caught, I'm like, whoa, hold up. All right, turn my back for 2 seconds. Food coloring. And why the fuck is a food coloring down there? Like, I learned when I was young, don't put things where kids can reach them. My grandparents and parents always, I had to find ways to get to shit.
Mm-hmm.
You
climbing on counters and shit.
When I was a kid, my grandma had like this stuffed bear. It was like a knitted bear.
Uh-huh.
It was on her thing, and I guess I liked it. I couldn't walk. I could crawl, but I was smart enough to pull the dresser drawers out. And I climbed up it like a ladder, and I was sitting on top of that dresser with the fucking bear. When they found me, like, what the fuck? Yeah, I did that. Shit, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, man. Shit, they took a picture of it, actually.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, there's a picture, I believe, of me on this dresser, because they didn't know what else to do. They're like, oh my god. I did some crazy shit as a kid. Like, anything I could do, like, I knew when the parents were asleep, this is when I can look, because I knew they got hiding places for shit. Like, what the fuck?
For all your games and shit?
That, or I knew they were hiding something somewhere. I was like, why don't you want this over there? Like, why? They go in the other room. Like, they have a key in a nail hole in a closet that you can't see it. I found that bitch, too.
What was that?
Huh?
What was that for?
Huh? I was older. It wasn't like I was a kid, because I was allowed, like, we were taught to shoot guns and shit. Mm-hmm. But we had a closet that was locked. And, they put a key up.
Was it the guns?
Yeah, it was the guns. Oh. But I mean, we were responsible and shit. They just didn't want, don't want kids obviously playing with them.
Yeah.
But me and my cousins, we found that shit. We smart. We're like, what the fuck's in here? It's like, at that point, it was like I was a little correctional officer. As a kid, you shaking the room down, like, where this shit at? You looking in dresser drawers, you'd be like pulling shit up, like, huh, ain't nothing in here. Then you get in the closet, like, huh, nope, nothing over there. Then you start feeling around, like, oh wait, nail. Hey, a key. What's this key for? Yeah, we were sneaky fucks. That's why I don't put anything past kids, because I know exactly how I was. I did anything and everything to find anything and everything that I wasn't supposed to see.
Oof.
Yes, the parents' old porn stash, the VHS. Yep, found that. Yeah.
I was gonna say something else and I forget.
Man, as a teenager, I searched the fucking house. I knew they had porno. I found that bitch too. And then the key was like, this is VCR.
So you have to rewind it back to the
right,
place.
Yeah, put it right where they left it. And I'm like, oh, and then on a couple occasions I forgot to get it out of the VCR in the living room. I'm like, I'd be home, I'm like, and I still have the case, like the little sleeve it goes in. Sometimes I grab that and I wait for him to leave it, and I just put it up for a little while until I had a chance to get it back in the closet. I'm like, oh my god, I just left the whole fucking. Can you imagine? Like, we always rented a lot of movies. Got to put a movie in, like, oh, I can't get this out. Oh, here comes Debbie Does Dallas. How'd that get there? Stepdad, you been watching porn?
Oof. He probably would have let you.
He probably would have. He'd be like, I get it. He'd be like, there you go. Well, but I didn't have a VCR in my room.
You want to finish this, son?
I didn't have a VCR in my room, so it was a living room. And I had a period of time where, we were left at home alone as kids, because one worked second shift, my mom worked third shift. So there was a good chunk of time where, they'd call and check in on us and shit. And we had to be there at that phone. Like, if you hang out with friends, I'd be speeding across town on my bike. Like, fuck, she's about to call. And I'd come get in, like, the phone would be ringing sometimes when I walked in the house. I'm like, hey, she's like, everything all right? Yep.
Were you allowed to be out?
Yes. I had to be home at a certain time.
Oh.
We had a small town. It's a very safe place.
And they called to make sure you were at home at that time?
Yes. Every night. And,
did you ever go back out?
No, actually I didn't. Once I was home, it was already, it was done. Now, oh, well, you know what? Yes, I did. Pretty sure my buddy got a Nintendo 64 one day. And I was already supposed to be home. He was like, hey, can you roll over? I was like, hey. Mom's already called. Well, I'll show you something. Like, okay. So I rode my bike, and it was a nice little ride to his house. I'm like, holy shit. So he had a fucking N64 playing just the Mario game. I'm like, man, I better get home. I'm glad I did, because like, I think my mom called at 10 o'clock that night. She always called at like 8. And I got home just in time. Phone's ringing again. I'm like, shit. Everything all right? Yep, just sitting here watching TV. Yeah, but we could do that, because like, right around.
We can never do that, because my aunt and uncle live next door.
Well, you know, I didn't think too much into this at the time, but my stepdad knew all the neighbors. So I did get caught up and said, what were you doing over here at this time? Like, what do you mean? Well, the neighbors saw you out in your car. And I was like, oh, yeah. Like, they keep tabs on us. You know, when the community, like, they watch after each other's kids. Yep. They're like, hey, did you know he was out? Like, and you learn that the hard way. Like, oh, they be watching, so I need to go out the back door. But you can't once you have a car. They were like, who the fuck's leaving at this time?
Yeah.
But after a while, once I was 17, I was like, I would go for a night drive every night.
That's when you smoke your weed?
No, I did that during the day.
Oh.
But I just go for like a, you know, about a half hour, 45-minute drive at night. Just listen to music and then drive around. It was nice. Kind of relaxing. I had a loop I would take every time. Going out to the country and shit, and it's dark, and drive around, and come back in town.
But he did do amazing shit today for me.
I did not.
Yes, you did.
Stop that.
Every day, I've been doing hours, sometimes hours of running. Mm-hmm. Hours. That's why I'm so tired today. Still trying to catch up. Mm-hmm. But he got out and did all the running for me. So I just came straight home after work, and I was lazy. I've been lazy today.
I bought 8 40s, 4 from 2 different liquor stores. That way she ain't gotta buy shit. I got her Colt 45 for we got 40s till next weekend, right now.
And after that, we can't drink them either. Anyways,
well, I can drink them, just can't do videos.
Yeah, after Thursday, I think.
Oh yeah, we got more than enough for that. Should I have an extra one just to enjoy at night? Yeah, I did do a lot of running, but I was exhausted. Like, I've been staying up all night, so it was a little after noon by the time I actually got to lay down. And I didn't think I was going to fall asleep.
I think it was before noon, because I went to lunch at 12:15. And you were already asleep.
Was I?
Yeah.
I thought it was around. It was close.
Just out of curiosity.
But it was a long day. Like, I drove around. I drove from Greenfield to Lawrence. I went to multiple stores, multiple liquor stores. Liquor stores. Meijer, the gas station, Walmart.
11:59. Oh, it was right at noon.
Yeah. But then I laid down, and I'd gone so long that I was just going. At that point, like, I could have stayed up for hours, I think, just because my body was in that mode just to keep going.
And he got out of the house and drove, and it was sunny.
I got to see the sunlight and drive and have the window down because it was warm out. I was like, hey, this is nice. The only time I get to see the outside is I walk out the front door or I sit out here and smoke. And I've been in, like, pretty much just in here in the living room, in the bathroom, in the kitchen. But I did make some amazing ramen noodles.
He did. I want it again, too.
I can make that. I know how to do it.
I told the girls at work, I was like, well, he made this ramen noodles. And I said it gave him heartburn. I said I called him a pussy.
Yeah.
He didn't give me no heartburn.
So what I did is I took 4 packages of chicken ramen noodles. Got a big old skillet and shit. So I poured chicken broth in. I took some of that chicken bouillon cube powder, poured that bitch in there. A little garlic salt. All along with the seasoning from the ramen noodles. I cut up some green and red peppers. Threw that in there. We had sausage crumbles. I threw that in there. And the rest of the ham chunks. I threw that in there. And I stirred it. I let it heat up and simmer a little bit. Then I threw the noodles in. Fucking stirred that bitch up. I needed a little more chicken broth, so I threw some more chicken broth in there. But it turned out pretty.
Worcestershire too.
Worcestershire, yes, that's what I used for my. Yeah, I threw that in there as well. I didn't know how it was gonna taste. It did have a high salt content because the ramen noodles always do. But yeah, it kind of reminds me of like soy sauce salt.
Yeah.
Soy sauce salt. I think it was heavily salty.
Like I discussed literally about going and getting a chicken sandwich. There was 2 places that everybody's talking about their chicken, how amazing they are. So I texted him. I was like, hey, I forgot that I wanted to try the new McDonald's chicken sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, and then there's Popeyes, and people's telling me that tastes like Chick-fil-A.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I think I might get a chicken sandwich. And then I went at lunch, or on my first break, and went and looked in the fridge because I forgot what I took for lunch. Because it was still morning. It was 9:30. And I was like, oh, yeah, he made his ramen noodles. I want those.
You could smell when you open that lid too, can't you?
Yes.
Yeah, there was very potent smell. I made the whole house smelled fucking good. I come here to smoke and I go back out there. I'm like, it's a cheap fucking. Well, it wasn't cheap because we already had to. It was cheap, but we already had the sausage crumbles for another meal, the omelets and the egg.
Yeah, but everything was cheap, and those sausage crumbles were actually on sale.
Yeah, but we just happened to have all that. I still under.
Oh, speaking of, tomorrow. Myers Night only goes through to Saturday, doesn't it?
It depends. It confuses me sometimes. Sometimes it lasts till like Tuesday.
Because there's 2 liters, 10 for 10.
Oh shit.
And I want to go get 10 2 liters.
We've done that before.
Yeah.
God, I went. Speedway was having a sale on
What?
2 liter Speedway. Remember when you worked there? So
You said it.
I want to carry it, so they have like the plastic containers that these things come in.
Oh, that's when
back there.
COVID hit.
But I took it. And I was like, I just carried it out. And they're like, just take the whole container. I'm like, huh? I thought they were going to put it in a bag for me. So I have all these 9, I think it fit 9 2 liters in that bitch. I'm like, okay. So I just I'm carrying a whole fucking thing of 2 liters.
I thought it fit 12.
Maybe it did fit 12. Maybe I did.
I thought it was 3x4.
It might have been, but it was that crazy bitch that worked there at the time. You need that lit better? Yeah, because then she's like, oh, just take that. I'm like, huh? It's like, come home and tell her. I was like, you're supposed to take these? Because they didn't even bag it. Just let me take it. So, we ended up burning the bitch.
Yeah.
Just sat in our fucking kitchen forever.
But yeah, I kind of want to go get 10 2 liters for them.
Man, I was thinking last night, too, on top of that. I still want to eat a crave case on video.
Okay.
But I also want those 50 chicken nuggets from Wendy's, too, to eat on video. Because it's like $12 for 50 fucking nuggets. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm in heaven. Especially if I can get them spicy. Ugh. Maybe I don't need 50 spicy nuggets.
I don't think you do. Maybe you can switch
They're
them
really
up.
good. Wendy's spicy chicken nuggets are pretty fucking spectacular. Yeah, like 50 nuggets for $12. Shit, that's dinner right there. That's better than it's better than all you can eat shrimp sometimes. How many people can sit and eat 50 nuggets in a sitting? Probably me.
Probably.
They're really not that hard to eat.
And on a side note, I'm driving a round trip 4 hours to get a puppy tomorrow.
Yes. Hopefully this works out.
What do I need to take? Do I need to take like water bowl or what do I need for a 4-hour trip with a dog? Actually, it'll be 2 hours.
Get that little clear plastic bowl.
Yeah.
That we have, and a couple bottles of water. So you have some water. Take the harness and a leash. That way, if you need to stop and let him out to poop and shit. And take a couple of the soft treats. Something to nibble on.
Okay.
On the way home, a few of those, so you have something to nibble on.
And probably a blanket.
A blanket they can curl up on if he wants, or the kids will probably want to hold him.
Yeah.
But yeah, make sure he got everything he needs. Like I said, the biggest thing is just stopping to make sure he's got a shit or piss.
So I do need to stop?
Maybe. Like they said, he walks to the door.
Yeah.
But he'll probably be scared because he's in the car. So you might not know. He might just sit there and piss.
That's fine.
And puppies do that because they're scared. It's a new environment. Kind of traumatizing to them. They're about to leave their mom and all that shit. Which he's weaned from his mom, but it's different. When you're actually on your own, you're like, oh, where'd all my brothers and sisters go? So it's a new experience for the little guy.
Hopefully it works out with Buster. I hope they get along. And
I'm sure Buster did really well with your sister's dog. He was kind of, I think he was low-key excited he had somebody that was his size.
This dog will be his size for a bit.
God, you know what that reminds me of? What was that? Tom and Jerry? The big bulldog or whatever they had, and he had the little son, and the cats would fuck with him. The big dog will be the big bulldog, and Buster will be the pup.
Yeah.
If you were fucking with Buster, you're like, He'll be coming out here like picking him up and smashing him in the head. Oh, that's too violent now, though.
They probably took that off.
Yeah, they made a new Tom and Jerry movie.
Did they?
Yes, they did recently. It came out. But I mean, fuck, you can't have any fun with cartoons anymore. Fucking Yosemite Sam can't have fucking his pistols anymore. That's half the battle right there. You can't smash fucking cartoons over the head with a fucking frying pan anymore.
I'm gonna put my new PJs on.
Okay. Elmer Fudd doesn't get a gun either. Remember when Bugs would stick his finger in the barrel of a shotgun and it'd blow up in his face? Can't do that anymore. That's violent.
I mean, for fuck's sake, they hit on Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss. I saw a meme the other day. It was fucking hilarious. So thank God they canceled Dr. Seuss. Now my son can play GTA and beat the shit out of a hooker so he doesn't have to pay her.
Yeah. And pick up hookers and...
Yeah. I'm like...
And be naked and...
Don't get me wrong. Grand Theft Auto is a fucking awesome game, but let's not be fucking selective here. It's okay to fucking... For that, but... The cartoons... Like, kids need a little violence in their lives. They need to defend themselves.
They need to know.
You know what I mean? Like
shit. This is life. Like, honestly.
Not all humans are good humans, and sometimes humans need to be put in their place.
Mm-hmm.
Or they're gonna fucking bully you. And damn, no kid needs to be fucking bullied. But now we live in a society where, like, the kids have been raised that way, and it sucks. And unfortunately, you got kids fucking killing themselves over bullying or online bullying and shit. Like, when all it really takes is a good ass whipping. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, shit. It's a whole fucking mess.
I think I might want a shotgun and beer tonight, too.
Okay. But I was that bullied kid.
I know.
Yes, I was.
I wasn't.
I hated to go to school most of my middle school years. But
I did in middle school. I started standing up for people that were being bullied.
Mm-hmm.
Because most people... I hate to say it, but most people were afraid of me.
Well...
Because I'm a little crazy.
If you ever see Mrs. McStud in an angry moment, you'll know why people might have been afraid of her.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, But at this point, I know if she's gonna smack the shit out of me, she's gonna smack the shit out of me. I probably deserved it. So, and I'll let you. I give you the chance. I do give you the chance.
I don't do it though.
No, you haven't.
But
I know.
Mean it won't
but
come.
I know. I probably had it coming.
And you pressed my motherfucking buttons to that point.
And I probably had it coming. So it's not like she's not abusive. Like, we're very loving.
Yeah.
Like, when there's no abuse in the relationship. But damn, if I deserve to get smacked in the fucking head, it ain't no worse than me calling my mom a bitch and she slapped me in the face. That was much deserved. I needed to learn that lesson as a kid.
We had that conversation at work too.
Yeah, that's a
My
lesson.
coworker's like, well, I can't really easily be offended. I was like, yeah, you know what? I can't either, because I like being called a bitch. Honestly. Like, yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
How long did it take you to figure that one out? Because I called up my other coworker today. I asked a question, and she was smart ass with me. And I was like, well, aren't we just being a smart ass bitch today?
Yes, I am.
And she goes, surprise! And then we both started laughing. She goes, I really was. I was like, I know.
I mean, you talk about pearl necklaces and shit. A 54-year-old woman talking about pearl necklace. Like, what kind of crazy shit does she do?
You know what? There's all women except one guy in our office.
Mm-hmm.
And the other guy didn't accept the job there. So, we had 3 interviews this week, and only one of them accepted.
Mm-hmm.
They offered it to all 3.
Dude's probably like, man.
But I can't say I blame him, because I've told people that it would be really hard for a man to work. Like, they would have to be accustomed to all them female hormones.
Mm-hmm. And that's been hard anywhere you've worked.
And it's
with dudes
like...
in the workplace.
Yeah. Except for my last place, because the men were favored.
Well, when you worked at Pac-Van, now they're a bunch of bitches. Like, they expected all the women to do everything. Like, no, here's a 50-pound ream of fucking
just like at
paper.
Manage Point, too.
Mm-hmm.
Carry up that case of paper. I'm I'm sorry, did you just grab that last ring because you're a dude?
Yeah.
So quit being a pussy and go down and get that fucking pack of paper.
Yeah.
Or that case of paper. No, we had to walk it all the way up the stairs for him to use it.
Yeah, fuck that. He kicked in the fucking balls.
And I started putting shit in my fucking drawer and quit going down and getting it.
Yeah, that's what, I remember that. And like, yeah, fuck that. Let them carry that shit up. She always had her little stash of paper.
I did.
So if she needed it, she had it. Maybe wanted her to carry a fucking like, that's all she needs to fall up the stairs with a fucking...
I'm clumsy.
Yes. You all done with that? Mm-hmm. All right, we're 35 minutes in. Not bad. It was a good video, though.
Yeah.
It's Friday night. Anyways, I'm McStud.
I'm Mrs. McStud.
Thanks for listening to this rant and bullshit about anything and everything. And we'll catch you bitches tomorrow for Sloppy Dick Saturday.
Oh.
Oh. Deuces,
I'll make it
bitches.
sloppy.